Alright, the My Hero Season 7 finale. Now, I'm only expecting a few things from this. I feel pretty good about everything that's happened in these last few episodes. I feel like a lot of things have been rounded out in terms of the Todorokis and Uraraka and Toga. I think it's far from the end of what we'll see from that sort of stuff going into next season, obviously, and all the other characters and everything else that's going on as well. But seeing as we are flowing over heavy into Season 8 here, I'm not expecting anything super crazy. I'm expecting them more to just kind of let us know where they're at kind of thing. We got Deku vs Shigaraki, and I think the best is yet to come with that. The really significant character in-depth stuff, that's all coming later. And then All Might and All For One. Now, I expect them to pay a lot of attention to that this episode. It was teased a couple of episodes ago. It's something I'm really excited about and I've been looking forward to. All Might is one of the biggest reasons why I really got into the show. And then Deku took over and did a really good job. But All Might, he's got me, man. He really got me hooked to the show. And I've been hoping and praying for just one more big epic All Might moment. And I thought I wasn't going to get it. What I was hoping for is for somehow him to get back into his buff form and do something epic, because nothing hits like those moments. But we're getting something, man, and I'm going to enjoy it. And the last thing, and this is what I want the most, I need some Bakugo. Just give us an update. I promise there will be riots if they effectively kill Bakugo and then have this whole fiasco about Genis and Edgeshot reviving him, only for us to not see him for I don't even know how many episodes now, and then the season ends. I think that would be a travesty. At this point, there is no way Bakugo is dead. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. This is not news. There's no way they give us a glimpse of what Bakugo is truly capable of, give him one of his craziest moments in the whole show, just to have him die, just to have him be given CPR in the crazy way for them to kill him off. No, he's got so much more to give, I imagine, in Season 8. He is going to be heavily involved in this fight with Shigaraki, maybe even against All For One as well. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, the characters that get me the most hype, Deku, All Might, and Bakugo, man. And that's been a big part of the story. And they're pretty much the only guys left that can fight. Well, not Bakugo right now, but we know he's gonna come back. I've been talking about Eri a lot this season because obviously she is just such a game changer with her quirk. We haven't seen her at all this season. I imagine she's going to have a role to play at some point. And I'm in two minds about a lot of things because a lot of characters right now are just incapable of fighting. Look at the big three. Look at Uraraka. She's got this massive knife wound going on. A lot of the other Class 1A students. I'm talking characters like Shoto, Kirishima, Hawks, who's quirkless, Tokoyami, all of these characters that they've had a lot of big moments throughout this season already. Maybe not so much Kirishima, but he's been there. But we have a whole season left, and you're telling me that a lot of these guys are down for the count. Now, these aren't my thoughts. These are more my sister's thoughts. This is how she feels, but I kind of agree in some ways. I think it's a really tough spot to be in, to have more than a season's worth of content that you would want to put in one season. So it seems like Season 7 and 8, obviously, would want to be one season, but it just seems like there's too much content. I think Demon Slayer has a similar problem, and I have read the manga, so I understand. But knowing we're going to leave off in the middle of all of this, it does suck, but as long as they give me some good stuff here and I can feel pretty good going into a year long or something, I'm gonna be satisfied. I may or may not read the manga, I'm not gonna lie, but I did let the fact that there was going to be a Season 8 really affect the way I viewed this season. I didn't view this as the final fight for a long time because I thought there might be a break, just because there was a gap between seasons. It just wasn't the case, and I should have been more open-minded about that throughout the season. And as we neared the end of this season, I started to understand, yes, this is the final fight. The more it went on, the more it was dude, this is it. I think when Deku rocked up, that's when I realized, and the whole thing with Bakugo, gentle as well, this is it, man. This is the final fight. It's just gonna happen over multiple seasons. Better than a trilogy of movies, that's all I'm gonna say. That was a bit of a longer intro than I intended it to be. I just wanted to get all my thought processes out there so you guys have the complete context before I go into this finale. And I'm excited, man. I've had some of my favorite episodes throughout the whole show in this season. This is gonna battle Season 6 for the best season of all time up to this point. Very, very different seasons tone-wise, all sorts of different things going on. I might have to rewatch both of them to really compare. This is probably the best season though, but I reckon at least 5 of my top 10 episodes of the whole show are probably going to be in this season. But that's enough out of me. I'm going to go into this finale and see what it's all about. So like and subscribe, check out the Patreon if you're interested, and with all that being said, enjoy the video. Oh, and last episode, by the way, was absolutely perfect. Dude, look at this guy. Can he see? His whole face looks burnt. Uraraka did this, man. Oh, that would have been one hell of a moment, man. Oh, he was, man, he was. That's a good little moment, man. I'm really glad that's there. But that would have been crazy. Toga disguised as twice killing Hawks.
握ったはずのナイフを怒りと憎しみで握っていました。私が生きやすい世界にするために。
It's a big realization, man. Oh.
今になって個性を伴って変身。
Oh yeah, she's in some trouble. Well, they both are.
お茶子ちゃん。
Does she look so pale, Uraraka?
落としたりはしないのね。
She's really seeing.
寒い。
Dude, that is a lot of blood. Dude, look how pale she is.
動かなきゃいけないのに。まだ。
You can hear the, like, her really trying to breathe in the background. Yeah, look at all this. You did all this, Toga. Can we undo it? It's forever an iconic shot. This whole sequence, man. I love so much about this.
資料の血が出てる。私が刺した後もあれだけ動いてた。
Yeah, she had to, man. For you.
ヴィラン連合は全部ぶっ壊すの。壊れた先にあるのはきっと私が生きやすい世界。
Are we still on this? Uh-huh.
でも
Uh-huh.
お茶子ちゃんが言ってくれたこと嬉しかった。
She gonna give her blood? I was thinking about this. Oh, yeah, yeah. She's really tired.
ちゃんがいなくなるのだけはやっぱり嫌。
Oh, what a line. I remember this happening once before with Toga, the blood transfusion.
私の血
But Toga's not gonna die for this though.
温かい。
Oh, dude, it would make sense though. But I felt like this about Toya too, and I still don't know what's happened to him yet.
前に死にかけた時ジンくんが
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I remember this. Dude, and Uraraka takes that place in her mind over Jin.
私が死ぬまで血を届けに会いに来るつもりだったの。
I'm getting emotional. I think it's the music.
ヒーローらしく正しいことをするだけでよかった。
This was always a possibility, but after last episode, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
余計なことを
She's shown Toga.
考えて
Yeah.
友達いっぱい傷つけて変だね。お茶子ちゃん
Oh, that's a line.
こんな私は好きに生きるの。だから捕まってあげられない。お茶子ちゃんの捕まえると一緒。さしてごめんね。
For Toga's character, this is incredible.
お茶子ちゃんはなかったことにしなかった。
Oh,
それは痛くて辛いけど触れられた時心がふわって軽くなったから。
this is the outro, a version of the outro playing.
その奥にあるものを無視はしたくない。
This is how much Deku shaped her, man. Oh, there it is, man. Oh, don't.
お茶子ちゃん本当に嬉しかったの。お茶子ちゃん。
There, her clothes are melting off.
もしももっと早くに知れたなら
Oh, that's a classic line. Oh no, she's in the frickin'
血を
fields.
飲み干したくなるのと同じくらい
Oh, it's
血
alive.
をあげたくなるようなそんな
Oh.
好きに出会えていたら世界はもっと生きやすかったか
Oh,
ら。
and there it is. That's all you needed to know.
私は戸賀卑弥呼。好きに生きて好きに生きた。世界一笑顔が可愛い
I could have a really good cry right now.
女の子。
A normal girl, man. I was about to say something about she just seems. There's no way that's halfway. How she just felt so. It seemed like she was really just at peace. But we'll see about that, man. Why do we have to talk about Night Eye as soon as Toga potentially died, man? This is a this is a big tone shift. I need to adjust.
この青年がオール・フォー・ワンだなんて思わないよな。
What is this animation? Come on, we're doing better than that in the finale.
君の余地がまだ生きてるとしたら 間違いなくここだ。
Oh. No, I refuse to believe
私が
that.
来た。
Say the line, All Might. Here it is. Come on, what do we got? Oh, now I see the animation. This is what they were saving it for. Yo! This shit is 3D.
笑ってるやつが一番強いからな。
Talking Nana.
面は見せないとな。アーマードオールマイト。
Armin All Might. I will take it. Battle without a quirk. That's All Might.
オールマイト VS オールフォーワンで
Hey, she gets it, man. LeBron gets it. Yeah, he recalled that shit.
挽回みたいにハップすな。
Bunkai? Wait, is that a Bleach thing? I haven't seen Bleach, by the way.
死に場所を決めてたのか。
Nah. I understand it makes sense, but no, he's not dying.
あれの相手になるはずがないんだ。
Deku did it, man.
配信を止めろ。相葉。
So Kawachi thinks LeBron is streaming All Might's death.
オールマイト
Maybe that's what All Might thinks is exactly is going to happen. Like he's no, even with a suit, he's no chance, man. But if he slows him down for a little bit,
足止め船舶
yo,
だ
yo, that's sick.
何を笑っている
Talk to me.
レッドライオット。
Wait, Red Riot? That's Kirishima. The music's hitting for me.
エルクレスシールド
Hercules Shields.
その戦い方はバルフォールがあったからこそだろうが
That's the only way he knows how to fight, man. Wait, dude, these moves?
チャージスマック。
Yeah, it's all of one, eh?
まず雑に遠距離攻撃だよな。弱らせてから個性を奪うってな。その戦い方は個性があるやつとの戦い方だ。
Ah, yes, sir.
何がこれから映るっておまわりさん
Mr. Cop. Oh, the music's hitting, bro.
わかるだろう、親友。私は過去一度たりとも
Yes,
負ける気
sir.
がなかったことはない。
That's what I'm saying. Come on, All Might.
セロファン、
It is Zero.
シュガーマン、
Ah!
シュートスタイル、スマッシュ。
I'm so satisfied. This won't last, but I'm enjoying it now.
この戦いを唯一成立させる。私と貴様の絵に
Oh, show me that All Might.
無個性でもやれる程度っちゃ。
He's talking a bit too much though, man.
話せないくらい夢中にさせてやるよ。
That's big though.
バネカプラス両力増強プラス押し出しプラス病突プラスダークボールプラス
Here it comes, man. Oh, there's no way we're tanking that. Hello? Are you here?
俺が聞いている証拠をしゃべれしゃべれ。
Ah, he's doing it on purpose.
続けろ
Okay.
年取り。オートガードつけ読み。
It's
なんと
Takayami.
3回左上腕骨鎖骨粉砕
戦えている何を勘違いしている出がらしのゴミクズが
Holy shit, look at this guy.
をかぶったら気が大きくなったか
Put you on a trash bag.
くれぐれも
Always
頼りすぎることのないようにな。アイテムを失ったら力が発揮できない。
その棒切れ一本で勝つつもりだったのか？
気が合うね、親友。
He's calling him friend. It is wild.
君の時間稼ぎに釣られたんじゃないゴミ拾いできるほどゆとりがあるんだよ僕には
He's got time for it.
ってんじゃないよ、みっともない。
Interesting. Oh. Yo?
注入。
Super acid?
天気。
Oh, from Mina.
生ゴミじゃなかったっけ。手伝わせてください。
Look at her just floating.
母性もないんだろ？
家族は昔殺されました。
Oh, we never heard about this. Well, her family was killed by Shigaraki. Shigaraki's her family. But All Might's family, we don't know about.
それをどうす？
みんなが笑って暮らせる世の中にしたいです。そのためには
Oh, it's
象徴が
building in
必
the
要で
back,
す。
man.
何の？
平和の
Oh, in the back. That's all for one stuff.
無個性の私には役割がないから。
I like how we see young All Might here after seeing so much of young All for One lately too.
俺マイト追ってます。
Look at Sakauichi,
肋
man.
骨骨折前
Oh.
方打撲
Okay, look, he doesn't even have his mask anymore. Like yeah, here it is.
同じ若さを持っていた。
Keep smiling,
オール
brother.
マイトという人間がそのようにしか生きられるのだ。
Okay.
体内にぶち込まれたピンキーを体外に出すため自存するほどの負荷で個性を使った。
Okay, that's good.
ダメージによって加速度的に巻き戻しが
Yeah, right. Same happened with Deku when he was using 100%. Dude, look at All Might, bro. Oh, we know that sound.
人の役に立てて嬉しい。裏道インゲニウム出力全開。えぐみよ。
Holy shit. Yeah, Class A. Oh, it's fantastic, bro. I never would have thought. Yeah. But look at them all, bro. Like, they're all down. It's pretty epic, though, man. Denki?
一人よ。
We've got to be nearing the end of the episode, by the way. No, don't do that. Okay. That made me nervous. Oh, what's that make you feel, Deku? Good transition.
どうぜ。緑谷少
Oh,
年。
it's gonna end now, bro. No, it's over. It's over. No! Post credits. Hold. Who? Where? Final season. Oh, it's over. Alright, man. Look, I'm gonna be honest. That was probably better than I was expecting for this episode. Dude, I just needed me some All Might. That's all I needed. And he absolutely nailed it for me. What I didn't think we'd get was that Uraraka and Toga sequence at the start. Dude, that was heavy. So now I'm like all up in the air again about like what's gonna happen to the villains. But man, I am gonna struggle to not read the manga. I cannot believe they didn't give us Bakugo. I cannot believe it. It's gonna make next season even more epic when eventually he does come back, but I am sick. Like that I'm almost genuinely angry about. This season's gonna be an epic rewatch though, man. Alright, so talk to me about the first half of this episode. This was really an episode, the tale of two different halves, if you will. The first and second half of this episode were incredibly different. But here I am with Toga, and this has got me thinking a lot about Toya as well. But given we have like a year perhaps to think about all of this, who knows what's going to happen. Toga's character has come complete full circle. From being out here with this insane murderous intent after what happened to Jin and everything else that she's been through in her life that's been really highlighted in the last few episodes. The fact that Uraraka was the one to ignore everything else that's going around her and pretty much be willing to die just to get through to Toga here, just on principle, because of the character that Uraraka is and the person that she's become throughout this show. I think I said last episode, Uraraka's development has been so subtle throughout the show because it's been overshadowed by a lot of things. That doesn't mean it's not important. It's important now more than ever, especially at the end of season 6, like her big speech to all the people that were in UA about Deku and everything that was going on. She was thinking a lot about Toga and other heroes. This was Uraraka's mission. Like this was her Shigaraki, right? Like for Deku, Toga was her Shigaraki, and she was successful in like the most hero way possible, if you will, because you've got Toga throughout that whole first sequence, which was incredible, by the way. Just talking about all Uraraka had to do was come here and defeat the bad guys, but she refused to do that. She thought about other things, and now that's what Toga's doing. Toga is like, this is what hits the most. Toga's sitting here saying to a dying Uraraka, the League of Villains are attempting to, and very well still could, destroy everything and make the world easier for Toga to live in. Like, this is what she's been on. The whole time she's been with the League of Villains, like with the way her parents were and the way she grew up, this is how she's been trying to fit in the world. Uraraka has shown her that it doesn't have to be this way. Uraraka's looked Toga in the eye at all the destruction that she's causing, like all of her friends that she's hurting, and gone, no, I know you've been wronged, it doesn't have to be this way. Told Toga what she needed to hear, that she was the cutest girl in the world. That's one of the last things she said. I hope it's not one of the last things she said. So what does Toga do? Instead of going off and potentially getting to live in that world that she thought would be easy to live, she goes, no. Looking at Uraraka saying, I will give you all the blood that you want. And now instead of taking blood, Toga's like, dude, it's so good. What if I could give all the blood? Like back to the people that I liked, to help them live, like that little sparrow, right? And it was alive, and it's like, I guess that was like her heaven or something like that. Maybe not heaven, maybe she was at peace, it felt free. And what does she do? She gives Uraraka her blood. This is what I thought might happen, because I remember that one scene they flashed back to when Twice did this. Oh, but she can't make a copy. She can turn into Uraraka, but she can't make a copy because all of Jin's blood is gone. That's what my theory was. I thought about this days ago, and I never mentioned it, because I remember Twice made a copy of Uraraka and then transmuted the blood, and that's how I thought it was all going to be okay here. But no, Toga can't make a copy. She can only become Uraraka. But like, it's just so heavy, man. That final image, bro, like Uraraka is effectively still dying. Oh, the All Might figure, dude, it's so full circle, it's not even funny. This image with freaking Toga lying on top of Uraraka, with like Uraraka's clothes like melting off of Toga, and Toga's dying. Like bro, like where's Eri? Like Toga as a character, like she is redeemed here. She's completely humanized. But this is the thing, and the same goes for Toya. The same goes for Shigaraki. The amount of shit they have done is like, how do you come back from that? Like, they've killed so many people, like done so many bad things. We can redeem Toga here as a character. Last episode, or the episode before rather, all the Todoroki stuff can happen, and Toya's there and Endeavor's like, yeah, tell us how much you hate us. Just talk to us. That can all happen. But like, how can these people exist in the world after this? After all that they've done? They don't have to die. They might have to be locked up. But like, to me, it's like, All For One dies. Like, that is a guarantee. I don't even know, man. Like, I really don't know. I would love it if there is a way for Toya to live like with the Todorokis, and Endeavor can have a different dream where it's all 6 of them instead of 4 of them, and not him, and like not Toya. And I would love it if there is a world where Toga can exist in the world, like just in society. Like, it doesn't make sense because of all they've done, but they're so changed now. And you can make the argument that it's because of All For One, it's because of Shigaraki. All For One's not going to be around. Shigaraki, he's in the same boat, man. Tenko's in there. Shigaraki hid him away from All For One. Deku's going to get to him. They're going to, like, Deku and Shigaraki are going to have the exact same moment that Uraraka and Toga have had, that Endeavor and Toya had, but in a much more drastic way. So I really don't know, man. I still think it makes so much sense for them to die. Like the fact that through all of this, Toga saves Uraraka, and maybe Toya dies, but he brought the whole family together, like in that moment. And the Todorokis were able to stop what they created, even though it was mostly Endeavor. He was able to stop what he created. So if Toga and Toya die, I can see that making sense. Spinner, look, I mean, he's still the least developed. He's had some attention drawn to him this season. A lot of that stuff just kind of fell thrown in there this season, in retrospect, I won't lie. It was good, not nearly as impactful as this stuff. Shigaraki, same thing, man. He's done too much. I think maybe if we can give like Tenko like a brief moment to have like this Toga moment, like things could have been different, man. Yes, you killed your whole family, but outside of his dad, he didn't mean to do it. It was a complete accident, and it just so happened that All For One picked him up. But we'll see about all that in season 8, man. That was coming off the penultimate episode, episode 158. That was a great follow-up. I think the whole sequence with Toga and Uraraka done throughout this whole season, especially the last 2 episodes, was perfect. I cannot fault a thing that they did. Especially last episode, I'm going to remember that fondly, man. That was huge. Now let's move on. All Might versus All For One. This gave me what I needed, man. This is what I thought this episode would be about. Briefly letting us know that Shigaraki and Deku is going on in the background there, and I love those like jumping back and forth between the two like epic fights like at the end. Like, it's perfect, man. All For One and All Might, you know, this is where it started for us, and then both of their successors like Deku and Shigaraki. Like, I love where we're at, and I'm glad we're here. This suit that All Might has, man, this whole Hercules situation, cinema. I love it. I fuck with it heavy. And Tsukauchi, man, because that's All Might's homie. Like they are homies. Labrava's trying to stream it because she's like, All Might versus All For One. Shit, I better stream that. Hey, I get it. But Tsukauchi thinks that they're about to stream All Might's death. and they deliberately bring back up Night Eye's vision he had, right? But you have to remember, Deku showed Night Eye that shit doesn't always come true, man. Maybe it's a one for all kind of thing. Maybe it's just because of All Might and Deku, because of who they are. How much All Might shaped Deku, and now how much Deku has shaped All Might. And whilst we're on that, how about how the entirety of Class 1A has shaped All Might? This is like one of the greatest heroes to have ever lived, and he's taking inspiration from the quirks of the first year students that he's just taught for a year. Like, that is just absolutely fantastic. It was like kind of surreal when he started saying some of the names. Then he said Black Whip. When he said shoot style bro and he kicked All For One in the face, that's when I was done. And he's beating the shit out of All For One. He's talking his talk, man. Like, when he started talking, I thought he was being cocky, but he was doing it on purpose. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing. Even when he's laughing at the end, the classic All Might laugh, like he knows that he's making All For One like use quirks that are making him like rewind quicker. So like, even if All Might knows he still might not win this, like, he's accomplishing the goal of slowing him down. But the big thing through all of that is All Might's like, I have never once fought thinking I was going to lose. Even if he's thinking about Night Eye, and he said at the start, like, what if this is it? Even if it is it, man, it won't be, I promise. All Might cannot die. I will never forgive them. It'll be worse than Nanami. Even if he thinks it could be the end, he's not like paying attention to it. He's like, nah, I'm gonna throw everything into the moment. And it's just great, dude. It's just so good. Even when he gets back up and All For One's like, how is this possible? We're flashing through all of the Class 1A students. Homie's just laughing at him. He's got the big smile on, man. Dude, this is what I needed. He said, let's win this Midoriya Shonen. And I'm a happy guy. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm happy. I'm pissed that there was no Bakugo. I'm pissed that we didn't even check in with him. I think I'll get over it pretty quickly because, like I said, it has been a long time. At this point, the shock of it all and the hope is kind of worn off. He'll be back in an epic way. And there's a lot of other stuff in here with All Might and Nana and just their characters. It's not stuff I'm gonna super go in depth with because I'm a simple guy. When I look at All Might, I'm happy with the what you see is what you get kind of vibe. I've seen it all and I've taken it all in. I understand All Might's character very well. Who he is, what he's about, you know, the symbol. He was once quirkless himself. That's the whole thing. That always gets to me, that kind of stuff. He knows where Deku came from, man. And also, the person he got the suit from, and he was talking about the US. We either saw this person earlier on in the season when Star and Strike was about, or she's from a movie that I haven't seen. I've only seen the one movie with the epic Deku Bakugo stuff. Okay, so this season overall, the Star and Stripe stuff was epic, and the fact that she died was insane. The whole start of this season, like, it was good tone-wise. Like, you kind of felt like thrown into it a little bit, and I imagine that's what next season's gonna feel like as well. I wish I knew, maybe a lot of people knew, but I didn't. I wish I knew that this was going to be the final fight. I should have. It made like way too much sense, and I should have trusted my gut on that. But the way the war starts, the way the fighting starts, everyone's plans, even the Aoyama stuff and Hagakure, all of that was really good. The whole coffin sequence was fantastic. Like Deku getting separated, hit him on his way back, big three stuff, Bakugo, everything that happened in the coffin, even Gentle popping up was like one of the most surreal moments of the whole show to me. Like La Brava and then Gentle, I think that was one of my favorite moments from the whole season. Deku's gear shift, don't even get me started on that. I think Deku beating the shit out of Shigaraki with gear shift, and then All Might, and then Gentle. These aren't top moments. This is what gets me hyped the most. Oh, and Bakugo as well. There's almost too many at that point. Shoto vs. Toya the first time was like jaw-dropping to me. Like, I was satisfied if they just left the Todoroki stuff there, I'm not gonna lie. Because Shoto and Toya was so good. And to be honest, I was never really super invested in a lot of the stuff that was going on outside of the coffin. In terms of like Endeavor, Hawks, and All For One, when all of that was going on, I was like, Endeavor's gonna have a big moment, probably, which he did. He had some big epic moments, and later on, like as a Todoroki, the family stuff, that was good. But you knew All For One was gonna make it out the whole time. Even like when Gigantomachia like rolled up like a few episodes ago. Obviously, it's the stuff that happens in between. Like Endeavor lost an arm, he had some crazy shit. Hawks doesn't have his freaking quirk. Like Tokoyami had some crazy moments. Shiketsu rocking up. All of that like you just never see coming. coming. It's like the what happens in the middle that's really cool. But I'm not shocked at where we are with all of that. A lot of the other stuff in the background, the Kirishima and Mina stuff, I wish we got like another like Kirishima like big unbreakable moment. It is what it is. And then all the heteromorph stuff. So that was just kind of thrown in there because obviously they had to get Kurogiri back in the mix, which changed everything. And they wanted to, I guess, address the whole heteromorph side of things. And I imagine that's going to be a big societal change going forward. Look, it's something that to me wasn't super present in the show. There were snippets of it, I guess. I think more so with that one heteromorph that Deku saved in season 6, more so than Shoji, for instance. Obviously with Shoji's backstory, they really kind of bring to the forefront like stuff that has happened, but it's not been in the forefront of the show for most of it. But it was cool though. Like there was some epic, like Shoji as a character that's like skyrocketed up my tier list. Don't get it twisted. And Koda as well. Like Koda was down there with like Sugar Man, for example, whose name I still can't remember, in terms of like, not to disrespect, but they're just kind of there. So that was really cool to see. But that whole scenario, and that was directly after Deku's big episode as well. It's a tough act to follow. So I think it was actually placed well. Because how do you top that Deku stuff? Like, you can't. So we go back down so we can go back up again. Everything around Uraraka and Toga was great. The whole build up to, Toga's got to use Sandman's Parade. You just don't know when. That was great. I've said it a lot. It's hard to get things right when you're jumping through so many things. It's hard to stay invested. There's only one episode a week. But the highs were so high this season that I'm just happy. Watching this whole season like in one sitting is gonna be lit. I'm gonna do a top 10 moments for this season. It's something I've only done for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I did mean to do it for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, the Shibuya incident arc. I didn't end up doing it. I wasn't a huge fan, I guess overall, of my quality of video back then, but I might revisit it. But I'm definitely doing a top 10 moments for this season because there were more than 10. It was epic. But that's it. We go into season 8. I did a brief look up when the episode ended. I'm saying 2025. That's to be expected. I did hear whispers that it might be a shorter season, which I wouldn't be surprised or upset about. I feel like chronologically, we are more than halfway through this fight, the whole war, but the most impactful stuff is yet to come. Like the climax of Deku vs Shigaraki, the climax of All Might and All for One, whatever happens with Bakugo. Eri is going to play a role, I promise. Like if she brings everyone back, the thing that, look, I think that's a bit much, obviously, like her bringing everyone back, but I think she's going to do something. This has literally popped into my head this moment, and I had another thought that I was going to talk about in my theory, but this has popped into my head. What if Eri is able to rewind the villains so they can have a fresh start as children and they grow up with Eri? Hold on, I might be cooking something here. I'm talking Toga, I'm talking Toya, I'm talking Tenko. Because they oh dude. But if they rewound to kids, they're still themselves, right? They've still done everything, but like they're kids. Dude, if we can give them a fresh start like that, I would love that. Because after this, you especially don't want Toga to die. I don't really want Toya to die. And I imagine after whatever Deku and Tenko Shigaraki go through, you're not gonna want Tenko to die either. But they can't exist in society because of all they've done. Make them kids again. That's a possibility. I also just watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima. It's got me thinking about that stuff as well. But I had a theory, like maybe Eri's gonna come in. Maybe I was just thinking about Shigaraki. I've completely lost the train of thought. I was like, what if she rewinds Shigaraki and then Shigaraki can start again? But then I thought, wait, what if Toga and Toya as well? I don't know. We're gonna see, man. But we know after this, Deku's the GOAT. That's the whole story of My Hero Academia. It's Deku telling us about how he became the #1 hero. Also, do you guys remember the reporter, the guy with the cameras in his whole body, who came in and realized that Deku was All Might's successor and that he wanted to do like a biography or something on Deku? I was thinking like, what if, because Deku's been narrating like the whole show to us, what if that's Deku talking to that guy, like giving him the story and he's writing it, or like either that or he's telling his kids. I love stuff like that as well, but we're gonna see. Anyway, this is the longest My Hero video I've done. I'm like an hour in, so I'm gonna leave this one here now, but like I feel free now that the season's over, you know what I mean? But this is why I'm gonna go on a very small tangent here. I know I said I was about to finish. This is why I love watching anime like this. We just got 21 episodes over what I think was like 23 or 24 weeks. I can't remember how many breaks they had. So that was like 4 months of just being in season 7 of My Hero, like, and getting to experience it for the first time over a period of months. Like, that's fantastic. Like, that's one of the reasons, like, I love doing this. And the small tangent I'm going on is, like, Demon Slayer finishing off with a trilogy of movies. Now, as a manga reader, I understand it does make a lot of sense, but it's going to rob me of the experience of, and Attack on Titan did this to me as well, and I'll never forgive them for it. It's the only thing I'll never forgive Attack on Titan for. Robbing me of the experience of being in it for months, you know, seeing one episode a week, wondering what's going to happen, like just being invested, instead of for a couple hours at a time, you know what I mean? An hour and then an hour and a half for Attack on Titan specials, probably at least 2 hours each for these Demon Slayer movies, maybe more. But as a manga reader for Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, I chose to read the manga because of the way they were ending it, and I'm glad I did. Demon Slayer, I regret because I love Demon Slayer. And I actually think with Demon Slayer, I would better consume for the first time better watching it weekly in episodic form rather than in movies. I think it's gonna be a lot. And I imagine for a lot of people, it might be a lot to take in all at once, even though it's like split up into 3. But I just love consuming anime for the first time in episodic form over the months like this. So I'm grateful for My Hero to giving me that. This is the first My Hero season that I've seen as it came out. It's been a ride. The longest show I've watched up to this point. And that will remain true, because when I finish Hunter Hunter's got less episodes than are already out for My Hero. So that's pretty special. That's something I'm grateful for. What an epic journey. 1 season to go. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long, but that has freed up some space on the channel. Maybe it might be Dragon Ball Daima. I did watch episode 1. I don't know if it's a show I'm going to be invested in. We'll see. I'll put episode 1 up. If people like it, I might wait for English dub, because Japanese Dragon Ball is not it. We'll see. Otherwise, I'm thinking Frieren. I'm really thinking Frieren. In fact, I think it is going to be Frieren. I'm going to start Frieren, bro. Yeah, lock it in. I've heard great things about Frieren. It's going to be a little bit of a different thing for me, but like they said, the storytelling is fantastic, and it's just like maybe the show of the year, so I'm going to get on Frieren. With all that being said, I'm going to leave this one here now. That was a really long one, but thank you all to the people that stuck with me on this My Hero journey throughout season 7. Obviously not the biggest show on my channel. It's the only new show that I'm doing right now. I will do Frieren, and then I'm thinking maybe Chainsaw Man, because I haven't seen that yet. Maybe Kaiju number 8, if that's something I can get into, because I want to have at least one new show on the channel at all times. But we'll see about all that. But I'm finally going to leave this one here now. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know, I always appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next season, the final season of My Hero Academia.